Very good afternoon and welcome here to the match between Sano Cricket Club and Max Club. We're just about to start. Sano Cricket Club, as you can see, have won the toss and elected to bat. I'm about to start. Here we go on the way. The first ball in front of us, and he's headed towards the leg side. Where's it going to go? All the way to the boundary. Yes, it does. That's 4 runs. What a way to start. That's exactly how you should start a JCL T20 game. So, good start there by Surya and Sakura Toma, of course, on the non-strikers end. So, Imran Khan given the responsibility of the first over here. This time it's going to go wide and saved by the wicket-keeper. That could have been something a lot more. The captain at the non-strikers end, Rio Sakura no Toma. Now, Keshawn, Surya leaves that, lets it go. That's smart. That's very smart by him. Not getting tempted by those ones. He has to make sure that doesn't happen. It's a good start against MCC. Once again now in the attempt this time. Again he connects and puts it down the leg side. That is hit hard. And that's going to go for a huge six. That is a maximum. Saw the start with the four, then the wide. Dot ball, and now a 6. 11 runs in the over already. We saw in the earlier match as well. If you start fast in the power play, it really puts you in a good position. And these two teams, MCC and Sano, both of them really are looking to go around and see how he can get a certain win. Of course, Max are 7th in the table. There's 0 points. They played only one game though. Meanwhile, Sano, who played one game as well, are on 4 points, which is taking them up to third in the table. That's going to be a wide ball. This is going to be an interesting matchup because the winner has a lot to benefit in this game, especially when you're playing a direct rival. Once again, this time a better ball. Good recovery from Imran. Almost got his man there. Now, Imran, 2 balls to go. Remember, 2 wides in this over. 12 runs so far. That's going to be another wide down the leg. He needs to keep those wides in check because extras sometimes you just add up and build the confidence of the batting team, give them those runs you don't want to. And especially those wides down the leg side, you really need to control your line there. I think he'll do better after this. He has a couple of good cutters in his arsenal. We've seen that. This time once again. Good ball, but played even better by Surya. Just a square cut there and gets them a single. Remember, 13 runs off this over already. Now, this is going to be the first ball of the innings that the captain, Rio Sakurano Toma, is going to play. First ball for him, the right hander. And look at that, just tries to play it towards the slip there. It's gone behind. They're going to come back for two. Are they going to come back for three? Looks like yes, they're continuously running. The fielder needs some assistance there. They're going to come back once again, this time for four. Well, 4 runs ran. They didn't get a boundary, but it's almost the same thing. Not almost, exactly the same thing because they've got 4 runs up. So a really, really expensive over to start. And well, Imran Khan needs to go back to the locker. He's going back to the drawing board and come back stronger in the second over that he's going to come. So 1 over done. It's 17 for no loss. Now just Now, first over done, 18 runs after adding an additional wide, and now second over getting underway. Kalasuria on strike, just tries to clip it slightly, goes to the fielder. Once again, Abdul Jabbar now, the man with the ball this time, comes once again a little unorthodox run up of his. I think he just thought maybe he could have got the man there just a little bit of in swing. But good bowling so far. A dot and a single. Now that gets Rayo on strike. Looking to phase up once again. Just adjusting the field a little. Jabbar. Once again in the attack this time. Look at that slower ball, but coming onto the bat. Just had to play it towards the offside. This time, Kalasuria now swings it and hits it hard. That's gone up in the air. Where's it going to land? Goes towards deep mid wicket. Gets them a couple of runs. This time again into the gap towards the leg side. He's found that gap. Closer to fine leg, that one. Gets them of 4 runs. So the boundary that they wanted in this over, they get that one as well. They're slowly and steadily building up towards the run rate in each over. Second over about to come to a close. They're already up to 26. Now, well defended once again. So that brings the second over to an end. 26 for no loss at the end of 2 overs. 18 of the first one, of course, if you remember. And well, 8 runs of this one, especially with that boundary in the penultimate ball. Now, once again, we in the attack. Rayo is going to be on strike, the right-hander, and this time tries to swing it. Did he get something on it? Well, there is a ask because it's in the gloves of the wicket-keeper, but nothing that impresses the umpire. A little lucky there, I must say. A little lucky indeed. Rayo just going for a wayward shot. And now, this time there's an appeal, the finger goes up. Well, there you have it. Carlos Surya asking for water. Reo, Sakura Toma, the captain has been dismissed. What a wicket that is. That is the wicket they wanted. The LBW, the finger goes up. There was a lot of shout to it. And Reo did not look convinced. He's not happy with his performance. You can understand the captain how he's feeling. Well, that puts them under some pressure, doesn't it? Now, looks like Devon Van Onsman is going to come onto the strike. So good, really good bowling by Imran. Good recovery bowling. A dot ball and a wicket for Imran Khan. Remember, 18 runs of the first over. Now he's come back strong and he's come back really well. Devon now on strike. Another left-handers. Two left-handers now at the crease. And now another shout. This time just rising over. I think that's what the umpire thinks as well. Really good bowling. Just catching another batter off guard. Completely off guard on that one. Imran once again. Now really good over shaping up so far. Van Onselen, Devon Van Onselen goes for the big shot. That is a biggie. Is he going to travel? Is it going to travel all the way? Yes, it does. That is a maximum, a much needed maximum for the team. 6 runs more added. That was a huge shot. The timing on that, more than the power, the timing was impeccable. Once again, now Imran Khan in the attack. This time towards the leg. I think he's going to find the gap there, maybe. Is he going to get into the gap? That's the question. So, a good over, a good start in the first three balls, then a six, recovers for a single as well. Seven of the over, not bad considering it's the power play, the batting power play, of course. Now, Surya just defending that one. He's happy with that, isn't he, Krishan? He's got a couple of good runs, a couple of good shots in him as well, 18 of 10. And that brings the over to an end. So, seven of that over, and a very, very crucial, the captain's wicket as well. Good over. I think Imran will be happy with the comeback. It's 33 for 1 after 3 overs. So now, we go into the fourth over. Jabbar once again in the attack. And Devon this time, swing and a miss actually. Just wide, I think, maybe. I think it hit his pad. Is that the indication? Otherwise, it would have been wide. Well, the implication is it hit his pad. Interesting approach once again from Javad, trying to target that minuscule area between the wide line down the leg and the actual leg positioning. This time, is he going to add in some variation? Oh, slight bouncer this time. And wide, says the umpire, because it was far too high for Devon to do anything about it. You need to give the man a chance. Please give him a chance. Jabbar once again now. Look at that unorthodox run up. Really curious run up, and now just slices the little Devon. That's going to be a dot ball. So, dot, wide, dot. An interesting start to the over. Wide to the fourth over, and close to about 10 runs and over is the run rate that's hovering. A little lesser than that, that's hovering, of course, for Sano Bulls. This time it's in the air. Well, can someone get underneath it? There's a fielder converging. And the call, well, where's it going to go? Just lands beside him. Well, lucky escape maybe for Devon. You can think about it. Say that, honestly. But a little lucky there. Now, Jabbar once again in the attack. This time he's connected brilliantly, Surya, and it's going to run all the way to the boundary. And that is four more runs. Remember, we're in the power play. Not a lot of fielders out. Not a lot of fielders allowed outside the ring. It's really interesting to see how you set up your fielders because you're going to have only two fielders outside the 30-yard circle in the power play. This time just cuts at it slightly. So Jabbar overall a good over. Final ball of the over. 7 runs of the over so far. 7 of the previous one as well. Van Oselen this time just defends it, and he's happy with that. So 40 for one at the end of 4 overs. Good start for Sano. Now in the attack once again. This time swings at it, and that's going to go down. Brilliant six by Devin Van Onselen, and he pummels that one. That was some force, and that was a much needed six actually. Get that big shot in. This time, just trying to cut at it slightly. That's going to be wide. Wide down the leg. So, Imran, not the best start to this over as well. This time again, brilliantly pummeled through. He times that with perfection, Devon. And that is gone for another maximum. Now he's finding his groove. Now he's in the runs, isn't he? And Imran Khan, the first over a little bit weaker, 18 runs. The second over, a brilliant comeback, 7 runs on a wicket. And now once again, he seems to have lost his groove. 2 balls just done and 13 runs already. Now that's gone once again, and that's hit large. So that's another six. A six, a wide, a six, and another six. Well, the 18 run over was looking bad at one point for Imran. Now, 19 runs already in just 3 balls. He needs to change something. He needs some variation because the 50s are up for Sano. And when Van Honison, he is on a roll. Kolasuya, 22 of 14. And Devin Van Onselen, 26 of just 9 balls. He is on a roll. Look at that, just going from the other side. That time it's going to be a wide. He'll take that. He'll try that out. This time, good bowling once again. Going round the wicket this time. Maybe that is what he needed to try earlier as well. It's going over the wicket. Now this time chooses to go round the wicket. This time returns once again, and he's gone for a big one again. So Khan really needs to decide on his bowling approach because every time he's gone round the wicket, he's maybe gone for a wide or a dot or a single. And whenever he's going over the wicket, he's going to be pummeled for those 6 runs. This is the fourth six of the over. And this has been by far the most expensive over. 27 runs in this over. Are we going to see him for a fourth over? I do not think so. This is the third over of his spell, and he has been extremely expensive. Can he end it on a good note? Khan Once again, this time, better bowling this time, just a single. 28 runs in this over. 28 in this over alone. And Kolasuya at 28 from 15. Van Onselen at 27 from just 10. 66 for 1. 67 for 1 actually at the end of 5 overs. One more over to go in the power play. And they're already off to a head start. Now the question is, can Jabbar create something back? Now Jabbar, now Rashid this time, it's in the air. Where will it go? To the fielder. So, Rashid, good start so far. This is the final over of the power play, of course. Surya up to 29, Van Onselen up to 27. This time it's in the air. It's gone for a big one, maybe. Nobody's going to stop that one. He stepped onto it. Where does it go? It goes all the way for a six. So another six. There's been so many sixes and fewer fours in this inning so far. This is absolutely amazing. And look at that, Surya maybe just asking for a drink. Just a little flustered there. With nobody there to receive the message. 77 is up already. 3 balls yet to go in the power play. In the earlier match, we saw 77 in 10 overs. Now we've seen them in almost half the time. Sano is on fire. Surya and Van Onselen forming a really good partnership so far, up to 77 for 1 in 5.3 overs. Just a little bit of break there to just hydrate themselves for playing in the afternoon, of course. It's hot, it's pleasant in a certain way, but still need to take a little bit more care. Make sure we're closer to about 25 degrees here in Sano. And the sun is shining upon us. So, Rashid started with the dot ball, then a 4 and a 6. Can he have any kind of answer for Surya and Van Onselen? Cricket the ball tight, coming in for his spin delivery. This time, just chooses to defend that one. Surya taking no major risk, not more than required. Now, once again, this time Rashid, and now he strikes. Well, that's exactly what you wanted. And Rashid saying to the captain that, hey, I'm here, I'm going to get some job done. And he gets that partnership broken. Kala Surya, who was really looking hungry and informed today, the partnership has been broken between Kala Surya and Devin Van Onselen. Kala Surya, just a few runs off his half century, has to go back to the dugout. And now they've lost 2 wickets. Now, new batter on the crease. Tabriz now taking on. Now trying to get a single, trying to get a quick start, maybe come back for two. Looks like they will. Now once again. So Rashid, with that the over comes to an end. 12 runs of that over. Remember the start, there was a dot ball, a 4 and a 6, but after that, really good recovery and taking the important wicket as well. It's 79 for 2 at the end of the power play. 79 for 2 at the end of 6 overs. So now 79 for 2. 6 overs done. Now, who's going to take the responsibility? Who is going to step up for the seventh over, the first over? After the power play, the fielders are set to return back to their original positions. So, 5 fielders allowed outside now. Olayer for his first over. Once again, this time trying to swing at it, Devon. Doesn't get the best of connections, only a single. Now, Van Onselen once again, this time trying a similar shot. Is he going to come back for two again? But this time, the fielder is faster, so only a single. The umpire just setting things right once again. Tabriz, the new batter on crease, of course. Van Onselen has to. take the experienced position, maybe ask Tabriz to build his innings, take a little bit more risks than Van Onselen. Because if both new batters are on the crease, then it just slows down your momentum completely. That's something you do not want. Now, Tabriz and Van Onselen. Ola, good over so far. Just 4 runs off it. This time, get something on it. There's a shout. There is a shout, but nothing for the umpire. Well, they were convinced they would pray for DRS right now, won't they? Some DRS, some ultra edge, some sneakometers, all in time, all in good time. Not yet, but in good time. 6.5 overs done, 83 for 2. 4 runs of the over, 1 ball to go. Now, final ball of the first over for Ullah. This time, good connection. Hits it into the leg side. And that's going to be a single. So, 84 for 2 at the end of 7 overs. So that's 6 earlier from Tabriz, of course. Van Onselen, 33 of 18. He's settling in. Rashid coming in once again. Just the last ball of his second over. Once again in the attack. Get some a small clipping on it, and that's going to be that for the over. It's 93 for 2 at the end of 8 overs. 9 runs of that previous over as well. They are on a roll. They're going to be around 120 in the first 10, and then what, another 130 in the next 250? Is that what we're looking at? Because they are unstoppable right now. Now, next bowler onto the attack. Swing and a miss there. Swing and a miss. This is the key man, isn't it? Devon Van Onselen, especially after they've already lost the captain. Ullah's really good bowling in the previous over, trusted to come once again into the attack. Ninth over. Now, getting into the attack. Ullah once again facing Van Onselen, who tries to get a good contact on it. It's something decent. It's only going to fetch him a run. Better than the dot balls before. That gets Tabriz on strike. Now, yet again in the attack. This time, just a little bit of defense, just slightly nudges it towards cover, and that's going to get them another single. So they're happy with the singles. They're happy rotating strike, keeping up the pace because you can see they've really scored at a very quick rate. Sano, so they don't need to lose wickets now. They don't need to overplay themselves. Don't need to get overexcited or greedy. Just need to be smart about it. Pick their battles. Ullah once again. Yeah, once again. This time, just plays it towards the leg. So a dot, dot, and single, 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 single so far. That brings the over to an end. So it's 98 for 2 at the end of 9 overs. Really good 2 overs from Ullah. Let's see if he can keep it up or make it even better by adding a wicket. But so far, that over has come to an end. So 9 overs done. 98 for 2. Final over before the first phase of the first innings comes to an end. This time, Manon Salan tried to play it on the back foot. Ball just goes closer to cover there, more so towards point. Now, into the attack. This time a slower flighted ball, and did he get good connection on it, Tabriz? Looks like he did. He might have. Is he going to go? Yes, all the way for 4 runs. Really good start to Rashid's over by Tabriz. Now, 4 earlier that we saw Tabriz now on strike. Slices it once again. Tabriz up to 17, 18, sorry, of just 9. Van Onselen up to 36 of 20. They're really picking up steam now. This partnership could be so deadly if not broken in time. Hits it down the line. Where is it going to go? Now, just a little bit of a water break there, if you say so. But now in the attack, the ball once again. This time just chops a little at it. It's going to go all the way. It's going to be four more runs. So, four runs to end the over. That is exactly what Rashid did not want. But, well, a good shot you cannot prevent. It's 109 for 2 at the end of 10 overs. We've come to the 10 over mark. We're going to take a small hydration break and then we're going to start again. But first 10 overs have been an onslaught from Sano. 109 for 2 in 10 overs. Now we're about to begin. Once again, the small break is over. It's 109 for 2 after 10 overs. Tabriz 22 for 11. Van Onselen 37 and 24. Rashid now. We'll get back in the attack. This time, smacked away once again for 4 runs. They are on roll. Absolute roll here. Ola coming in for his third over. Remember, 14 runs in the first 2 overs, 7 runs apiece. Now, 4 already of the first ball. Van Onselen up to 41. This time to against the ground. He says no to Tabriz. Does not want to take that risk for some reason. Maybe he just injured himself. Look at that. He's left his bat alone. He's just walking by himself. Now again, it's time. It's in the air. Just lands before any fielder could come out there. Just about made it to cover. 113 up on the board now. Good recovery over. This time plays towards the leg. Where is it gonna go? Not as fine as he would have wanted it, but that might travel all the way. Yes, it will. Hit of his leg, says the umpire. That's gonna be a bye. But it's four dot 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 and an unlucky four for Allah. He's really been bowling well, hasn't he? Ullah has the ball under control, getting the right length, the right line, really trying to pin back the batsman. That's gone for leg by rather. Tabra is now up to 22. He is on the crease. This time it's in the air. Played a straight drive down the line. It's going to go for a six. A maximum. That is what we're not seeing in the last over. And now we've seen that as well off the final ball. That is usually so disappointing when you have that off the final ball. And with that maximum, the 11th over comes to an end. And we're up to 120 for 2 in just 11 overs. This could be a big, big score. Now, Jabbar back in the attack, trying to set the field up. They're trying different variations, trying how they can break this partnership up because that is what they need. That's what they want. The real question is, can they do it? In the attack now this time, Devon just playing it on the back foot, cuts it slightly. That might run away to the field there. Not worth risking a run. Cut it ever so slightly. Quick running was needed there. And quick running is what they got. Now, Rizwan once again in the attack, trying to play it on the back foot there. One on Celine. Gonna get him a single. Now, on strike facing the left hander, and he's gonna hit it into the gap there. Where's it gonna travel? All the way, isn't it? That's deep cover, isn't it? Good fielding once again. So this is the kind of over that you need. Rizwan's over good so far. I hope I don't curse or put the commentators curse on him. But 29 from 13, Tabriz, Rana on Salin, 43 from 32. They are on a roll, and this is the kind of over that can maybe tame someone down. Wow, wow, that was epic to see. That's going to run all the way for four, isn't it? No, it's sent back, and the confusion between the fielders there, between the runners actually, makes the wicket go down when Devin Van Onselen gone at 43 with the run out. I don't know why he went for that. The reverse sweep attempted by Tabriz. It went to the fielder. Van Onselen had already run by then without seeing the field placement and, well, lost his wicket. That's what they needed, and that is the breakthrough maybe in the 12th over because there was no way any of these two monsters were going anywhere. Van Onselen 43 from 32, Tabriz 29 of 14. Lost the third wicket now, and with that, the 12th over comes to an end 123 for 3. Now, with this new over upon us, the 13th over is just about to begin. An interesting development, an interesting change. The run out that we saw in front of us. Well, is that going to affect the pace of things? Well, he's not ready. I think something that he's not happy with. Just walks off. Good run up this time, cuts it towards the leg side into the square leg. Just a single. Was now, of course, in his first over. Wasim just trying to set his feeling right, waiting for the batter. Now, Tanyama on the crease. Rushes inside slightly. Just a single. Now, is Wasim going to try something different? Tanyama, of course, first ball he's going to face. That's in the air. Well, off the ground, but still in the air. This time, trying to hit it towards the leg side. There's a shout for it. So, once again, trying to maybe trying to find their groove between them. And that is hit hard. That might be traveling for a long, long time. That's a six. That was a huge maximum. This time, the non-striker just a little bit ready, and towards leg side it goes by Tanyama. That's hit well by Tanyama. That's probably going to get them a few more runs. That brings the over to an end. So, we're towards the end of the innings now. We're just a little bit away from the death over starting. And they put up a good score, just a little bit slower in the previous few overs. You can understand, of course, your main strikers, your main hitters have gone, but still, there seems to be firepower amongst the ranks of Sano. In the attack once again. Now, this time it's in the air. Is it going to travel or not? Well, that could have been taken maybe. You can see the little upset with the teammates there. That could have been taken. That was a chance, but it was not taken. A lucky break yet again. So, get on strike again, try to rotate strike a little. Hit it down the line. Now, just waiting with the ball to come to him. In the attack now. Look for a good ball. That's hit down the line. Where's it going to go? It's going to go all the way. That's the question. Good fielding in the end. Just in conversation a little. Spin bowler in the attack. The wicketkeeper coming closing, applying pressure. And now, off the top edge. Where's it going to go? Look at that. He was aura farming there, just flicking his bat rather than completing his run. I think he was so confident either it was going to be a wicket or it's going to be a boundary. He didn't bother running. That's something you don't want to do too often. You can get lucky a few times, but not every time. Now, just a little bit of a misfield there, thrown back, and it's missed the main target once again. So, another run sneaked in. That's exactly what you call efficient running. So, once again, now looking to get into the attack. You can see the score here 14th over came to an end. Just about to be underway. Closing down close to 150. They should be targeting 200 plus. I think they can do that, provided it all stays the same. Looking at just a little bit of conversation between them. Trying to ball this time. And well, there's a shout there. There is one hella shout, but ultimately nothing to impress the umpire. Now, with that, well, a little bit of a disruption, but Wasim in for his second over. This time, better bowling, much better bowling from Wasim. They get a couple of runs off it. They're getting closer and ever so closer to the 150 mark. Tabriz and Tanyama forming this partnership. 148 so far. Just need a couple more runs to get that 150 figure and then beyond as well. They run another single. Tanyama tried to form a formidable partnership here. Tabriz has performed incredibly well so far. Now Tanyama gets something good on it. It goes towards the cover. Just gonna get a single. So that brings the over to an end. And with that, the half century for the third time comes up as well because 150 runs on the board for Sano. Now, who's going to take the responsibility of the first death over 150 for 3 in 15 overs? This time, well, a swing and a miss there. That was some funny business for sure. Now, once again, just indicating a little bit. So, Tabriz and Tanyama, I think just adjusting the helmet there, just looking after each other. So, Rizwan in the attack now. Slower ball, but hit with force there by Tabriz. Is going to travel all the way. Yes, it does. And with that, the half century comes up for Tabriz as well. He's up to 50 of just 24 balls. Strike rate of more than 200. What an innings this has been from Tabriz, especially after losing two important wickets in the start. They lost Kishon and they lost their captain Rio. And now, then the run out, a little silly run out there in the end, but it's now 157 for three. Sano again looking to smash into the gap. It's only going to be a single. Now, in the attack once again this time. Well, they seem to have gotten something off it. We just missed that because of a little bit of a technical error. But what seems to have happened is either he stumped Taneyama or the ball just spun in and got his wicket Paul them as well. Well, the end result stays the same, and that's fine by us. It takes another wicket and it's 158 for 4. Now, just a little bit of conversation after that wicket because Sakine is the new man, and with him, Tabriz gives partnership. How much can this go? Can they cross 200? That's the question you need to ask yourselves. Once again. Have to get into the attack now. Tabriz and Sakine. Sakine, the new batter on crease, just taking his lineup. As the final ball. Saw 8 runs off this over already, but that wicket that was on. So really important once again to break the partnership up. This time, by a simple shot towards the leg, and that is gonna be that to the end of the 16th over. It's 158 for 4. Keep 4 more overs. They're going to come up in front of us. What do you think? How many are Sano going to score? Now, new bowler at the crease, 17th over, the responsibility, and Tabriz, the man on fire, is on strike. And imagine if they get his wicket now. How many runs is that going to end up saving? 20, 30 runs towards the end? Probably. Could be a match defining wicket if they manage to get Tabriz out. And meanwhile, if Tabriz does not get out, then additionally 20 to 30 runs for his team. This time, he's headed on the full toss. What a back that is. That's going to fly off the bat. Takes one bounce just before the boundary rope, and that's going to get him forward. Look at the back. The timing of the wood. Absolutely brilliant from Tabriz. Now looking to attack. In the attack now. Once again. That's going to be a wide. That's got to be a wide and good wicket keeping. That could have easily run all the way for 4. He has to be aware. He was aware. Especially after that early 4. That wide would be welcome. Wasim, that is. And this time trying to flick it. Well, and the finger goes up. Well, Tabriz is not happy. He thinks he got nothing on it. That's what he's trying to say. But the umpire's finger goes up, and Tabriz trying a reverse scoop there. Just getting caught in that stroke in the 17th over. They've taken the important wicket. That's exactly what we were discussing. That what if Tabriz is dismissed now? It's going to save 20 to 30 runs. Maybe that's exactly what's happening right now. Tabriz has been dismissed, and that's going to mean 2 new batsmen at the crease with almost 3.5 overs to go. They need about 8 to 10 runs an over to cross that threshold of 200. The question is, can they do it? Now, 2 new batters on the crease. Kameyama and Sekine. Wasim now bowling to them. This time, just a simple no there. Did not want to end up giving up a run out. Smarter. That 1 run is important. So is your wicket. 5 runs in this over already. In the attack now. Good connection. Trying to find the gap. Just gonna get a single. So, Kameyama and Sekine are the 2 batters on the crease. Both 0 for 1, 0 for 1, as you can say. Kameyama is going to play his second ball now. Just plays it towards cover, gets a single. Is he going to come back for 2? Looks like yes, they need to rush fast. And they do that. They do that absolutely brilliant running between the sticks. Okay, that's just a little bit of conversation, a couple of runs here and there, and after that, well, Kameyama, 1 run of 2 balls, and Sekine, 2 of 2. That would bring the over to an end, wouldn't it? And it does exactly that. Now, just a little bit of discussion over the field setup. Remember, 17 overs done. It's 166 for 5, 3 more overs to go. And these overs could be match defining depending on the bowling and batting side. One wants to contain and one wants to explore. This time, plays towards cover. Goes all the way, comes back for 2. Now, once again, in the attack. Here you go, trying to play it on the full toss. Got something on it. So, feeling a little restricted in finding those boundaries. That's why it's very important to get that set batter out, and that's exactly what they've done here. Two new batters just taking a little bit longer to catch their groove. This time, a raw connection, but it's just haphazard, just a single. Once again, now in the attack. Swipes at it. It's going to go to the other side. They're going to come back for 2. Are they going to be able to make it in time? That's the question here. And they do. Once again, onto the other side. So, Kaneyama at 7, Sakine at 3. And that brings the 18th over to an end. It's 173 for 5 in 18. 2 overs to go. How many can this go? Currently, it looks like not more than 10 to 15 runs, which should keep them in the 180s, not even the 190s, much less the 200s. Let's see if they can accelerate anyhow. Go for distance. Now, once again, in the attack. And swing and a miss this time. Do not want that. Do not want that when your balls are limited. And the amount of deliveries you're facing is limited. This time, again, running between the wickets. not finding it that easy to go for boundaries. That is exactly what we're talking about. That finding it easy to run between the wickets, find the spaces, but not enough. Not enough per se. Now once again, good bowling, bowler. You can see the dot ball, the single, wide, and a couple. Kameyama and Sekine still at the crease, 5 down already. Sekine on strike. This time, tried to play it down the ground, but actually has to then readjust to play it behind. Well moved in the end. Smart move. Once again now. Ullah. Try to move into the position, and this time swings at it again. But I haven't been able to get any boundary. This is a good spell, and you can see Allah is almost about to close on a spell of 4 overs, no wickets, with just 25 runs so far. This has been a crucial, crucial spell, and especially as a 19th over, just 6 runs. Last ball, and well, didn't get the connection he wanted there, the batsman. So that brings the 19th over to an end. Just 6 runs off it. It's 179 for 5 in 19 overs. So, Kameyama up to 9 from 10, Sakina at 5 from 6 runs, 179 for 5, and it's the final over now. What are we going to see? Who was going to bowl? And what kind of runs or wickets are we going to see? See, once again, running between the sticks. Good running, hard running. That's exactly what they need. It's the final over of the first innings. Now, once again, going on to the side. And that's gone huge actually. Thought it would take a bounce. We were waiting for it. That's hit well, but that's gone for a biggie. Absolutely biggie there. So, once again in the attack. And this time again tries to snap at it. Will it travel all the way? That is the question. Where's it going to go? Come back for two. It looks like it's only going to be two after all. This time in the air. Takes a bounce just before the fielder there. No is the signal for an extra run. Just a single. Fielder coming all the way from long on there. Rashid now, once again. Swinging there. It's found the gap. Still single. Gonna come back for two. So 192 up now on the board and just one ball to go. It's a four actually. Thought about it being fielded there in the deep, but was unsuccessful. So 4 runs. So it's 194 now with one ball to go. Kameyama and Sekine forming a good partnership between them. Sekine gets the opportunity of the final shot of the first innings. This time connects nicely. It's gonna go for four or not. They're running back for two. And well, cheeky little attempt there from the wicketkeeper. And now look at that, trying to run back once again. And that is that. So 2 runs off the final ball as well. 16 runs off the final over, and that makes it 196 for 5 in 20 overs. 197 to where they couldn't quite pass the 200 check post, but they're almost there. A little bit got a little slow towards the middle overs, but then picked up in the end as well. 196 for 5 at the end of 20 overs for Sano, and that means Max Club need 197 in 20 overs. We're going to see the scorecard. We're going to have a look at it very soon. And the chase it's going to be on after that. You right here, Kaushon Kolasurya, 39 of 21. Rio Sakuranano Thomas, 5 runs only. Devon Van Onselen, run out unfortunately, 43 runs. And then Tabriz, Tabriz 55 runs. You can see everyone has contributed. Tabriz 55 runs, Van Onselen 43, Kolasurya 39, Tanyama 10, Sekine as well. Ultimately, a good contribution overall. You can see right here, Imran Khan turning out to be extremely expensive. Ullah being one of the best bowlers we've seen today, along with Rizwan, and taking a wicket. Ullah just missing the wicket after all. But that's it. So, 197 after the break. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. We're going to see the chase. It's going to be interesting and it's going to start very soon. The first over for the chase has come to an end. 197th target, 1 run, and the wicket in the first over. Kalasuria. So the target looking big. Kalasuria now. Hit in the air. Now he's looking for a catch. Nothing in the deep. Just get a couple of runs. Now once again in the same gap. Only a single. So single so far in this over. This time down the line just hits the non-striker. And is checking if he's fine. He will be fine. He's a big boy. Safi now 3 from 7. Niazi 2 from 3. They got that early wicket, and that has set them on a good course. 2 overs, 5 for 1. Now on strike. Start the third over. A swing and a miss now. Captain, remember, he unfortunately lost his wicket early on in the first innings. So I'm sure he wants something more to do with the ball. Got the early wicket in the first over. Remember now, once again in the attack. This time another swing and a miss. He's finding his length and line really nice here, making it difficult to play across. Now, once again in the attack. This time he gets the connection right and he uses the pace. Is it going to go all the way? Yes, it does. It goes for 4. That is what happened when you use the pace right. Just hit it in the right spot. Runs away for 4 runs. First proper boundary. Three balls done. It's 9 for 1 in the third over. They need close to 10 runs in over. And so far it's been a slow start. Now, captain once again. Led towards cover there. No runs. So a dot, dot, 4, and a dot so far. In the attack once again. Now this time swiped at it. Didn't get anything on it. That's going to be a wide. Sakurano Thomas. This time again he tries to get something on it, but he does not. So it's going to be a wide, holding down the leg. Just missing his length now. Just needs to reset a little there, Rio. Once again on the attack now. This time swings once again into the gap. That's a good drive. Goes right into the gap and come back for 2 runs. Again, that's a wide and that's missed. Is that going to roll all the way? Well, the wicket keeper couldn't cover that one off. Well, that could have been expensive. That could have been very expensive. Went back all the way for 4. Now, we're on the attack. This time, just trying to actually just lift it over, just scoop it a little, but couldn't connect the scoop on time. So, with that, the third over comes to an end, and it's 15 for 1 at the end of the third over. Three more overs left in the power play. Remember that they were really, really boosting through in the power play. Around 70 of 75 runs, or 70, 75 odd runs were scored in the power play itself. That is a really big number. Safi and Miyazi. Now, Surya. That's going to be a wide. They'll be able to sneak a single as well. They get that single. Good running between the stakes. Stark swipes at it, it's in the air. Can someone get underneath it? Well, he tried his best, the fielder there. He's going to come back for 2, but really well attempted. Really, really well attempted there. It's a little bit of a pep talk between the batters there. They know they need to accelerate, they know they need to go for higher runs. But 4 really helped it a little bit. They need to target at least something close to 50 at the end of the power play. Leaves that one. 2 more balls to go this time. Swings it down the leg. Gets a good connection. Where's it going to go? Now, facing off. Surya once again. Second over, of course, for him. And now, that's a good delivery. There's an ask, but the umpire's not interested. Well, that was close. That was close. And with that, the fourth over comes to an end. It's 24 for 1 after 4 overs. Now, in the tag this time, hits it on the full toss. It's going to get a single. Once again in the tag. Swing and a miss. Aziz now really doing well with the ball. I think he wants to try and break this partnership, apply more pressure. A swinging shot there. It's straight at the fielder. Good start to the over for Aziz. 25 for 1 so far. Now this time he's lifted it well. Is it going to go all the way? That is gone for a 6 all the way behind, and that's exactly what they needed in the fifth over here. Takes him up to 31. Now, Niazi and Sefi. So, fifth over in front of us. Niazi up to 11, Sefi. Niazi up to 14, actually, Sefi at 11. The 6 being crucial in this over, but a lot of dot balls. They need to accelerate, they need continuous runs. Chasing a huge target here. Aziz in the attack, that's going to be a wide. Wide has been signaled. Last ball of the over here. After that, just one more over in the power play. Need a big shot here. Can they get it? Corrects once again, left it over once again. Is it going to go all the way once again? Yes, it does. Niazi up to 20, the team up to 38. And well, 14 runs from this over. That is something more like it. So, 38 for 1 at the end of 5 overs. One more over to go in the power play, and then things heat up yet again. This is the final over of the power play. Chandima now in the attack. This time looking to scoop up the reverse sweep actually. And goes just beyond the fielder there, gets them that four. That was important. Couple of dot balls to start. Now the four. They need a big over just before they go into the five fielder setup. Can they get that? Once again, trying to swipe at it. Oh, that was close. That could have been a wicket. That could have been a wicket. Well, the umpire's happy with that, but that was close. Very good ball in by Chandama. Safi now. And that's going to give me four more runs. So, good shot there in the end. This time, hitting it all the way behind. Is it going to go far? Not too much. They get a run after all. So, that brings the over to an end. And with this, the power play comes to an end. So, they have a huge total in front of them, a mammoth total. And step by step, they're getting there. But they need to just increase it a little bit. The speed, the run rate. Let's see who comes on to bowl the next over, the first over after the power play. This time, trying to start with a good delivery, but that's just a little bit off the mark. Wide ball, that one. Extras are going to be welcomed by Max CC. They need sixes and fours. They're in a position that they need those to come in. That's a good ball. Now, once again, in the attack, look at the early approach to the power play. They got close to 50 runs, just a little bit off it. And, well, 20-25 runs shy of where Sano were. Now the approach is, can they spread these runs out over the next 5 to 7 overs and get a run or two more than they require? That is something they'll have to do to get these 20-25 runs back into the picture. Lost one wicket, they've not lost too much. One in the first over itself, and oh, that was so close. That was so very close. Wow. Commentator's curse almost striking again. Now, in the attack. Aziz just trying to get the man to play those kind of shots. It's in the air now. Someone's getting underneath it. But can they grab that? Where's it going to go? Just lands in no man's land. That's two more runs. Two more runs added to the kitty. This time, there's a shout, but it was missing leg stump. That's going to be a bye. So single. Up to 48 now. 48 for one. Once again, coming in Aziz. This time, good connection. Straight down the line. It's going to go long, this one. Just look at the trajectory. That goes for 4 runs after a bounce. And that brings up the half century for Max CC. While they're 1/4 there, if you think about it that way, the half century is up. And they're just an over and a half delayed. To make it very clear, they need to make 450s because they need to chase almost 200, and they have 20 overs to do that. $150 every 5 overs. So 53 for one at the end of 7 overs. Just change of ends now. Safi up to 19 of 24. Niazi up to 24 of 17. Chandima now back in the attack. Really good first over, remember. Well, there's a shout there. There's a shout there. Well, that was close. Chandima really doing well, starting with the dot ball yet again. The earlier over was really good. He's trying to build on that. Now, on strike. That slight bit of cut, trying to play it on the back foot, but not able to lift it as much as he would have required or would have wanted, preferred. Just exchanging a few words between each other, the batsmen. Maybe some advice, maybe some take on how to deal with Chandama. This time again, swiping it straight down the line. Where's it going to go? Has to go to the fielder there. The fielder protecting that one. So no boundary that time. Just a single, 58 for one. Two more balls to go in this over. Now, on strike. Now, in the attack once again. Swipes at it. That's going to be four. So, a four for the second time in the over Chandama. That takes it to 9 runs in this over. That was very, very much needed. That's exactly the kind of runs they need. They've hit them. They've hit nine. Close bout. It's been a good over for the batting side. Max CC is going to be happy with that. 62 for one at the end of 8 overs. 2 overs to go before we'll be at the halfway point of the second innings. Just a little bit of hydration there for the players. Of course, it's the afternoon heat here in Sano at Sano International Cricket Ground, the home of cricket in Japan. We're up for the JCL T20 League. Safi up to 24 and Niazi up to 28 now. They've established themselves. They need to build on this partnership now if they want to win. They really need to count on this exact partnership. Need to be smart about it. No silly giveaways. So now, bowling from the other side of the end is going to be Aziz again. That's the question. So just like we were discussing, Aziz has been given the responsibility. It's going to be his third over. So back-to-back overs being circulated between Chandama and Azim. Interesting approach. Something that we do not see in JCL often. It's more of a standard cricket approach, which is well interesting to say the least. Aziz now to bowl the ninth over, and then would it be Chandama with the tenth one? We will see. This time in the air, the fielder's getting underneath it, but it's gonna go right above him. Proper power use there, and that's gonna be a maximum. Now, try to look for the ball maybe in the meanwhile. They have a little bit of hydration as well, just waiting up. They need to target something around 80 to 90 runs at the end of 10 overs. Remember, it was close to about 120 at the end of 10 or 11 overs, and then it slowed down a little, lost a few wickets as well. That was a difference maker. Otherwise, it could have been 230 easily. Now, Tanyama with the ball. Six of the first ball, just recovering off it a little bit. It's resetting the field again as well. Safi up to 30 of 29. Niazi up to 28 of just 19. Tanyama now, again in the attack. Here he comes. Good ball, really good ball, good recovery there. Just a little bit exchange of words there. Signaling from the umpire as well. But ultimately, that's exactly what they did not want. You can see a little bit of cheer. It's when the ninth over after all. And look at that. They're happy because that's exactly what they wanted. They wanted that breakthrough. That's come along. They wanted that wicket, they've got that wicket. We're talking about how crucial this partnership might be to the grand scheme of things to set things up. Well, they've lost Safi. Niazi, of course, was going strength to strength with Safi. Safi six just before this in the start of the over. A dot ball and then a wicket. Now, to 68 to win the ninth over. Tanyama. Can he strike once again? That's the question. Can he put Russia under pressure? Rashid trying to sweep that one, and there's a question, and there the finger goes up. Rashid is gone. Well, Tanyama is on a hat trick. Wow. Wow, absolute game changer there. Just comes on, first ball, goes for a sweep, misses the sweep, and then it becomes a plump situation for LBW. Wow, all the hard work just down, all the hard work gone. They were trying to pull themselves back into the game. They were chasing a huge target here of 197. And suddenly, Taniyama has completely changed the entire face of the game. Two wickets back to back, and he's on a hat trick. Are we going to see something of that film? Arvinda now coming on. Now, in the attack once again, this time connects towards the leg side, trying to get a single. They rotate strike there. The single is all they get. 7 runs of the over so far. A dot ball and 2 wickets, effectively 3 dot balls, which is something they did not want, especially with the wickets. Final ball of the ninth over now. Now Tanyama in the attack. To connect, another swing and a miss. He just is so good at keeping the ball low, at taking the pace off at the right time. They get a bye there, so that's going to be that 70 for 3 at the end of 9 overs, and 1 over to go before we reach the exact halfway point. Arvind Newman on the crease, Niazi 29 for 20, Tanyama, brilliant figures, 8 runs off the first over for him. Of course, that was because there was 6 of the first ball, but then 2 wickets and a brilliant recovery. So, new bowler now called into action, and it's time for Juto Ball to step up with the responsibility of bowling it to Arvinda. Arvinda trying to play it on the back foot there. Juto Ball with a good start. Remember, it's 71 for 3 in 9 overs. Just one more over before the halfway point. And we'll see how many they can score. Let's assume 9 runs. Take it to 80. They need another almost 120 in the final 10. It's a difficult challenge. It's a big ask, but it's not impossible. You need to accelerate and you need to keep the partnership. Both of the things have to go in your favor. Now, good start from Juto Ball. Now, once again, this time, trying to click it a little. Just gets the slightest of touches and a single to get Niazi on strike. Just 1 run of the over so far. What a brilliant over working out for Juto Ball. And now this time gets a better connection than Niazi. Is he going to find the gap? That's the question. No is the answer. Just a single. Final ball of the over. Try to step to it down the leg side once again. It's gonna be a single probably. Now that brings 10th over to an end. It's lagging behind, I must say. They need a little bit more runs. They need to increase the run rate as well. But with that, 74 for 3 at the end of 10 overs. 10 more to go. The exact same 60 balls. And they need to score 123 in the next 10. Now, in the attack this time. Good ball. Really good ball by Tanyama. Remember his first over could have been match changing in the grand scheme of things. And Tanyama once again good at the leg spin, good at the off break. You just don't know what he's about to do. This time starts well once again. Tanyama, good first over. Really good first over. And now the second over shaping up to be good as well. The 11th over of the innings, of the second innings, of the chase. Bowled by Tanyama. This time again, look at the way he's bowling the same way. He's bowling in that gap just between the keeper's gloves and the bat. And if you don't swing it at the right time, you're going to miss the ball completely. Really good control of the ball. Really good spin as well. See once again, Taniyama building up towards a maiden over, which would be so expensive to the batting side at this level, at this time. And once again, another dot ball, 5 dots in a row for Taniyama. He is a master with the ball. Once again, this time trying to find the gap maybe. And looks like they didn't do that there. So that brings the 11th over to an end. 197 the target. With that, right in the end, they've got a wicket. That's exactly what they did not want. That's exactly what they were fearing. And with that, they have got a wicket. Well, what a moment. Niazi's still there. He's watched another one of his partners go back. Taniyama strikes again. Third wicket for him. Two in the previous over, one in this one out of four. He's taken three, 74 for four at the end of 11 overs. And Sano are looking in a great position right now. Yunus, the new man, on strike. Juto now. Juto ball. So, once again, look to start 74 for 4. Well, in the 12th over, of course, Yunus, the new batter. Niazi is the set batter who has the weight of responsibilities on him. And Juto ball has been bowling completely well. Swing and a miss that time. Juto ball, really good. Once again, another dot ball. Comes in once again. This time, play towards the leg. Gonna come back for two, are they? No, just a single. Now, two more balls in this over. The second over for Juto ball. Just the bowling side has been so effective here. The bowling to their strengths, trying to trap into the try to trap the batters into the field set that they've done. Look at that once again, a dot ball for Yuto ball. Oh, this is going to become such a task if one or two more overs go on like this because the required run rate will shoot up massively. This time from the leg side, Yunus trying to play it down the line. And now he had to run back. Well, Niazi, who dropped his bat, tried to recover, and then just left his bat, ran back all the way. It's just in a bad position. Took the ball, the courtesy, look at that, just running and bringing the bat back. So, with that, his over comes to an end, and it is 76 for 4 after 12 overs. So, 76 for 4 after 12 overs. And now, it's going to take the responsibility. Is it going to be Tanyama again? Tanyama with the ball. Three wickets already out of four. Can he strike again? It's in the air. Is it going to carry? That's the question. Well, there you have it. Tanyama in first, third over. Remember, 9 runs of the first two overs, three wickets as well. This time, good connection down the leg. Square cut towards square leg actually. It's going to get him 1 run. Now, Tanyama. Tunyazi, who's now hit that big. Is it going to go long? Is it going to go all the way? That's the question. That's a six. That is a huge six to hit to Tanyama, and that takes some courage. Now, once again. So, they need boundaries. You know that they need boundaries. They didn't go for that six earlier. They need a lot more. So, just a little bit of discussion before the field tactics set once again. Remember, we're in the 80s now, the 13th over in front of us. And there, they've got another wicket. Well, that is exactly what they didn't want. And another man, Yunus this time, back to the pavilion. Taniyama strikes yet again. What can this man not do? Niazi just watching the fourth person go back in front of him. Well, Taniyama, look at the figures. Third over going on. 17 runs given so far and, well, four wickets. Once again, this time going up into the air. Is it going to travel all the way? That's what they're trying to check. Yes, it is. So another six now. He's getting the wickets, but he's gone for 14 runs in this over as well. And with that, 90 runs come up for Max. That brings the third over to an end for Tanyama. 3 overs, 23 the figures, 4 wickets taken, 90 for 5 at the end of 13. They need another 107 though in just 7 overs. The required run rate is around 15 now. They need to go big, and this time going for the big one. Is it going to clear the fence? That's the question. Yes, it is. Well, Niazi says, I will reply with that. Niazi and Jabbar now. They need to go for big ones. They need 2 big ones in each over, if not more. Yuto ball now. Really good first 2 overs, but this time goes for a six. Does he have a recovery? This time looking to swing once again. The umpire not interested. This is there, Niazi, but he knows he needs to go for the big ones. There's not a lot of choices with the run rate skyrocketing now, up to 15, the required run rate. Look at that, trying to hit it on the full toss, but placed on the bounce. No dice there. So a couple of dot balls once again. Good recovery by Juto. I think Niazi should just step out of the crease and try to play some of these on the full toss. That's one of his better options because he's trying to let it come onto him and play on the back. But this is exactly what he does. That's what we're talking about. And that might go long once again. So another six. We were talking about exactly that a ball back. And I don't know if he could hear us. But he's gone for that big six down the ground by stepping to the ball, hitting it full toss. And that's 12 runs in the over already. Can he get another one in the next 2 balls? Look at that. This time, once again, connects mightily there, Niazi. Is that going to clear the fence? Yes, that is. So that's another six, and the half century comes up for Niazi as well. He's up to 51, and 18 runs in this over mean they are in a much better position than the previous ones. They're up to 114 with one more to go. So a bit of a conversation, and with that, the over comes to an end. Just a single in the end. So, double checking the score. It's 109 for 5 at the end of 14 overs. They need to continue at the same wavelength. That's the question. Can they? Jabbar on the other side, along with Niazi, 52 of 32. Call for some hydration, some change in equipment as well, especially when facing fast bowlers. Now, who's going to take the responsibility to bowl from the other end? Now, Aziz is being brought up back into the attack, the fast bowler. And now Just try to use space against him, Niazi. Aziz now, good start so far. They're into the 110s, but they have a long way to go still. Niazi is the crucial man, isn't he? As long as he's at the pitch, they have some hope. And now, played that full toss. There could have been a no ball even. That was really wild. And just played it all the way behind. What are they going to get? 4 runs is the indication from the umpire. So, a much needed boundary. Now, and closer to the 120s. Aziz in the attack now. He's gonna try and take a wicket this time again. Played it towards the legs. Same gap, but the fielder should be there this time. So once again, Aziz now trying to recover. Jabbar now on the strike. With a single taken now, hits it full toss, but didn't get the best connection. Just a single. So once again, this time free hit indicated by the umpire. That is an opportunity. That is a chance if Jabbar can capitalize. No ball and free hit. Here we come, Aziz. And get some connection, but not the one that he would have wanted. It's a good ball after all in the block hole. That just gets them an extra run. Remember, run outs do count on free hits. Just a little bit of a discussion there. Who's going to take over after this over? 120s have come up, of course. We're into the 15 now. We're into death overs, remember. 197 is what they need to chase. And they have a long, long target ahead of them. 77 now they need in 5 overs. And that puts them in a position where they need 15.4 runs every over. They have the wickets, not too much even. Niazi has played outstandingly well, but he needs a few more to step up and help him out. Tanyama now, final over for Tanyama. 23 runs, 4 wickets in 3 overs. And I think they know their aim is to get Niazi. That could seal the match for Sano. Tanyama now. On the attack this time. Well, he's got a good connection of it. Is it going to fly? Is it going to fly? That goes for a big six. That was huge. Absolutely massive. That is a maximum. Taniyama just wondering where these runs are coming from because earlier there was nothing. There were dot balls that were going in his over. That's all. Once again, this time, and he gets his man. This time, just slows down the ball a little bit. He knows they need to go for those sixes. They need to go for those big runs. And Jabbar, 2 big sixes already. They needed him to stay a little longer, but just hits it in the motion. The ball slows down, misses it, and ultimately gets the wicket as it gets the stumps. You can see Niazi just signaling for the water. He needs a little bit of hydration, and he's gonna get a new partner as well. Just got a lot worse, didn't it? So Tanyama getting a fifer, of course. And now Wasim is the new batter. The new batsman on the crease. Niazi on looking from the non-strikers and it's 126 for 6 in 15.2 overs. This is how Tanyama works. You hit him for a 6, he'll come back and get you the next time. Again, trying to go big there. Wasim, is it going to fly? I think there's a fielder there. There is a fielder there, and I think he's got him. He has got him. That's been given well. So Wasim tried to go for a big one, and well, he has no choice. They need to go for big ones. They have a lot to chase. They need 15 runs per over. Tanyama knows that and put the ball a little bit lower. No, not a lot of flight in it, and caught once again on the boundary. So wicket. He's on a hat trick for the second time. He's got a sixer, six for you, 6 wickets in a spell. Wow, absolutely brilliant. He is on a one-man show here, Tanyama. Now, just adjusting things a little bit there, Tanyama. 7 down already. Niazi still there. Props to him. He just needed someone to support him through all this chaos and mess. Someone to be there, add another 40, 50 runs. If not just 20s or 30s. You saw the earlier scoreboard of Sano. So many people contributing 37, 50s, 50s, multiple contributors. That's what you need when you reach a target of 200, or one person needs to have crossed 100. Either or. But here, Taniyama ruthlessly taking wicket after wicket, and putting the pressure on Max CC. Here he comes once again. Final 3 balls of his spell. Gets a slight connection on it. It's going to run behind. Are they going to come back for 2? No is the call. Yes is the call. He needs to rush back. And he rushes back in time. Well, that was close. That was sweaty. 2 balls to go in Taniyama's spell. It's been an absolutely brilliant spell. That's a good contact this time, and well, is it gonna fly? Yes, it is. Niazi shows his expertise, and lets Imran watch from the non-striker's end as he hits another 6 now. Niazi brilliantly played. 67 runs up for him now. This time, try to connect. That's gonna be a wide ball. It has to be. It is. Niazi and Imran, both of them really showing their expertise. That's going to be a wide. Imran was the one who went for the big 6, of course, not Niazi. This time again, trying to play it on the leg side. Is he going to find the gap there? Not at all. Players there. And with that, well, that brings Taniyama's spell to an end. 38 runs in 4 overs. A little bit expensive towards the end, but 6 wickets. 6 wickets is absolutely massive for Taniyama. He's taken 6 out of the 7 wickets that his team has taken. It's 135 to 7 in 16 overs. Required run rate remains the same, 15.5 runs needed per over. So now we're into the 17th over. Rail now taking the responsibility and 2 runs of the first ball from Niazi. And Rail now, third over for him. Remember the first over, he took the wicket. He started with the first wicket in Sonsdorf, 137 for 7. So the 17th over, of course. And well, there it is. He struck. He has struck once again. Rio, the captain, and look at that, the happiness on their face. They've got the big man, they've got the main man, Niazi, 61 in 38 balls. What an innings! He had to go for those big shots, he had to play those, because the required run rate had shot up to 16. But finally, he is dismissed, and Imran can just watch from the non-strikers end as Sakurano Thomas takes the important wicket, the big man. It's 137 for 8. Wow, this has been a dominant performance with the bat, with the ball, both sides for Sano. They need to be proud with how they've played today. Niazi has to hold his head high. A couple of more players as well from Max CC, but they were not really a match for the quality, for the system, for the tactics of Sano. Played together as a unit. They've kept the score up in the first innings, took it all the way to 190s, especially in the end. And now, the captain, Rayo, taking responsibility, starting the first over, taking a wicket. And then, wow, once again, another one. Wow. Rizwan has lost his wicket as well. We were talking about Rayo. This is his third wicket. 6 wickets taken by Tanyama. And now it's 137 for 9. Just 1 wicket left. Just 1 wicket left. Well, going for a conversation, and I think, are they considering? Look at that. Cheers and celebrations. I think they are one man less, and that's what they're talking about. Just one man less, and ultimately, the match comes to a close after this wicket itself. Wow. 197 on the board, 137 here, gap of 60 runs, 59 runs, the victory. Rio brilliantly takes that. Look at that. Sano Cricket Club have won by 59 runs. They've deserved it. They have been absolutely brilliant with both the bat and the ball. But real props to Tanyama. What an innings. What an innings in the sense of 6 wickets that he's taken. 6 wickets, and deservedly the bowling that he's done here today. Of course, you have to talk about Kishon as well. You have to talk about Devon, Devon Van Onslen. You have to talk about Kameyama and Chandema with the ball as well. Uh, Outstanding performance. Yuto ball. So many players stepping up to the fore. So many players really coming on and performing brilliantly. Zubair as well. This was a complete team performance. No one player outshining anyone. Everyone coming and performing brilliantly. Commiserations to Max CC. They look happy. They know they've given it their all. They've tried their best. Just good sportsmanship. All right. Good sportsman spirit. But that brings the second game to the end. Sano Cricket Club have won by 59 runs. And well, that's it for game 2 here today at Sano Cricket International Ground. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the quality of cricket and the way that the matches have turned out today. I was your commentator for today, Sahib. And well, hopefully you can tune in for the future matches as well because, well, JCL T20 League is not over. There's more matches coming up. But that's it for today. That's it for now. And well, signing off. Hope you have a good day and see you very soon. Thank you so much. Just have a few stats. This leaderboard, scoreboard's coming up as well. We're gonna have a look at that. You can see Safi at 30. We lost Rafiullah very early. Then Safi and Niazi formed that partnership, close to 60-50 run partnership between both of them. And then the fall. Rashid going for 0, Arinda going for 3, Yunus going for 8, Jabbar trying something and going for 15, Yasim first ball going for 0, Imran Khan 6, 2, then 8, and then Rizwan and Hassan Thane. Look at that, retired out Hassan Thane ultimately. While 137 all out, all the wickets spread between Sakurano Thomas and who else but Tanyama. These are your economy ratings. 6 wickets for Makoto Taniyama. Rio Sakurano Thomas, 3 wickets and 1 retired hurt. The economy 5.2, a little bit expensive for Taniyama at 9.5, but overall a brilliant performance. And well, that is it. That is it for today's games. Thank you so much once again for joining in. Hope to see you in the future matches as well. You know where to join. This has been an outstanding day of cricket, and two teams really, really dominant against the others in the two matches that we've seen on ground 2. Well, that's going to be my time. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye bye. See you very soon.